Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is doing great. Good evening and welcome to week will I say week 18 stroke 19, and I hope everyone is doing great. First of all, this is your CPT for the semester, and this will be the last assignments for the school year calendar. So I will be explaining what I want from you regarding your final CPT. Your grades will be trooping in, guys, just to let you know that by the second week in June, I should basically have all your grades in. The only thing that will be left will be your final, which should be in as well. I will be calling homes for the students that are not doing anything this week, and I will be updating your grade as well. So I'm going to quickly go over this. I'm going to go over my few slides that I'm going to be share with you for the remainder of the school year calendar. So we'll be looking at so I thought I'm gonna be doing this last week, but I couldn't, so I'm just gonna start. And tomorrow happens to be a Monday, which is the 25th. Let's do that. Let me change that. I'm supposed to give you this last week, but I just didn't want to bother you guys too much. 26. Bring that. 27. 28. Oops, 27. This will be 20. This will be 28, and this will be 29. Like this a little bit again. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be introducing the final evaluation plus the final introducing the final evaluation part A, research work period. So basically the remaining week will be, the 2 weeks will be for you to complete this. So again, I'm going to change this. I thought I was going to start it on Wednesday, but I couldn't. So I'm just going to change it to Monday. Oopsie, 1 second. To Monday, May the 25th. Your own research is have to do by the end of the class today. Let me see. Yeah, if you guys can do that tomorrow, that would be great. So for final evaluation part A, reading research, part B. So our final evaluation, I'm going to introduce this to you. So for final evaluation, our part A will be reading research. Part B and media and oral communication, and we're going to be creating and presenting a media product. And part C will be writing, which is reading paragraph. You'll be working directly on slide deck provided it's posted on our final evaluation model in our course cell. Please ensure you have your own copy. So this is what it's going to look like. 2 by June 11 at the end of the class. Let me first of all read, and we'll go over that. So let's review the assignment posting and how to access and submit it together. And of class, which will be the 10th. I even said 11th. Let me just leave it the 11th. I have to check that date to be sure what day June 11th is. Guys, just to let you know, I am not extending my final CPT, please. It cannot be extended. So just to let you know, so June 11 will be a Tuesday, which is correct, and The due date is firm. There are no extensions for culminating activities unless there are extenuating circumstances which should be discussed with the teacher before the due date, if possible. To help keep you on track, this slide deck with details suggest dates for working on each part. You are welcome to work at your own pace as long as you meet the due date. If you utilize your time wisely and follow my suggested timelines, you should be able to complete this entire activity during I'm just async during to complete this entire activity. I'm just not gonna take that one away. Throughout the completion of your final evaluation, I'll be hosting check-in sessions in breakout rooms. That will be for my my other class. So when you have completed part A, B, and C, you have linked to your work as specified. You must attach this entire assignment slide deck in the final evaluation assignment box. Please ensure you have updated your sharing settings for your media folder so that your teacher can view your work. For this assignment slide deck, change the sharing setting to anyone in the PDSB, anyone with the link. Anyone with the link. And commenter, please, it is so important you do that. If possible, just share your slide with me. You can make me the editor, make it much easier for me. I don't want to be chasing you around if I cannot open your assignment. Please, I do not have that time to do that. And finally, copy and paste the link to the assignment. Copy and paste the link to this assignment slide deck into the comments. Always test. Make sure you test all your links to ensure they are working before submission. Check, please. Let's take a look at the 3-week. Will it be 3 weeks? Let's see. Is it 3 weeks? Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks. Let's look at that. I think I'm giving you guys a 3 weeks. 1 second. So we have this as the first week, 1. We have this as the second week. Roughly 3 weeks. That is correct. Overview posted in our course announcement. Then we will look at the final evaluation module assignment posted in our Brightspace course shell as well. Okay, let's take a closer look at the different uses that you can choose from. So again, I'm gonna go back. I have to open this. I just have to open this so that you guys can see what we're doing. Oh, 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, so this is what your final evaluation looks like. Okay, so this is it. It's a final evaluation is 30%. May date is gonna be out May 25th, 2026. Time allowed. 6 class periods. I'm just gonna leave that. We're just gonna leave the time allowed. I'm gonna leave that out. Overall expectation: students will be assessed and evaluated in a balanced manner that honors indigenous beliefs and traditions. In this assignment, you will use the medicine wheel and the 4 directions: the east, the south, the west, and north, to guide your research, your reflection, and understanding. Each direction represents an important aspect of learning and personal growth. East, mental knowledge, learning and new beginning. South, physical action, growth and relationships. West, emotional reflection, feelings and healing. North, spiritual wisdom, identity and connection. You will identify an issue related to indigenous voices and research an indigenous person who can be considered an advocate for that issue. So let's open the slide deck and see. So that's the slide deck. See, we're gonna come back to that. So part A, reading, researching your chosen issue. We did that in OIG2. Learners understand how intended audience and purpose determine text form, structure, and stylistic element. Weight 10%. Suggested work period. Try as much as you can to use your e-learning class time to work on your final evaluation. Do not wait to the last minute. You're going to choose an issue and then come up with a focus question about it. Add your focus question here for feedback. For feedback, final evaluation focus question organizer. Try to answer your question by researching information about your chosen issue using 2 to 3 sources. Your source could be articles, it could be videos, it could be podcasts, it could be songs. Well, I'm going to come back. Let me revert here. Let me open this one up so that we can see what we are doing. I'll open this in another video. Okay. I'm gonna go back 1 second. I want to look at that just to make sure that I have that for you as well. Okay, I have it here. So I have it in both ways. I have it in the slide deck for you, and I have it here as well for you. So you're gonna choose an issue and then come up with a focus question about that issue of your choice. You're gonna complete the research organizer by recording your research and your sources. This is a must do. Do not skip this test. As you research, check in with your teacher to discuss progress and receive feedback. Choose an issue within Indigenous voices to research, including researching an Indigenous person who could be seen as an advocate. That means a person fighting for positive change or working to educate others for the issue. Once you have chosen your topic, please let me know what it is. Here are some sample issues to consider. Look at Indigenous storytelling practices, wampum belts, Indigenous cuisine, the Anishinaabe medicine wheel, the 7 grandfather teachings, contemporary Indigenous artists, filmmakers, visual artists, authors, musicians, final report of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, Inuit environmental activism, inadequate living conditions on reserves, poorer health for Indigenous peoples compared to Canadians, especially consider rates of diabetes, disproportionate incarceration rates of Indigenous peoples who represent 25% of the prison population, but just 4% of the population of Canada. Numbered treaties, progress on the route and for progress on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action, another previously unexplored topic of your choice with teachers' approval. So let me do this just to make things a little bit easier for you guys. Let me name it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What about give more space? Better. Oops. Oops. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so these are the topics. They are 13 in number, but I do have one which will be another previously unexplored topic of your choice with my approval. So come up with a focus question and an advocate for your issue that you can research. What do you want to learn about your issue? Who do you want to learn about? Consider using ChatGPT to help you create a focus question and find an advocate to research. Once you have curated your focus question, add it to this. So here you're going to add, let me click on that as well. Why is it not opening? Okay, I'm gonna go back. It said copy to clipboard. Let me see if I have that. Let me open it up. So this is again our focus question, and I have two examples for you. So an example is an indigenous heart, Inuit folk singer Susan Haglukirk. So focus question: why is indigenous heart important in Canada? How does it teach others about the special traditions and practices in indigenous communities? How has Inuit folk singer Susan Haglukirk helped people to appreciate and understand indigenous arts and music? That is the focus question. This is the name of the advocate, and this is the topic. Let us look at example 2. So here, indigenous food is the topic. Advocate is Sikh chef Shin Shaman. How are indigenous communities today bringing back their traditional foods to improve health, to improve and protect the environment and keep their culture strong? How has Shin Sherman, the sixth chef, helping to educate non-indigenous people about indigenous food? So you will come here, for example, let's say Ola, that's my name. I'm going to come here. I'm going to choose a topic. I'm going to choose my advocate, and I'm going to be presenting a focus question. You guys must come in here with your name, with a topic, with your advocate, and with your focus question. So let's say, for an example, Hola is choosing food, indigenous food. Toby is choosing indigenous food. Susan is also choosing indigenous food. Somebody else have decided to choose another topic. So it doesn't matter. I can have 2, 3 people who have decided to choose the same topic. It doesn't really matter. What matters is everyone must come in here and make sure that they had their topic, they had their name, they had their advocate, and you had your focus question in here. I think I'm a little bit clear if I'm correct. So this is what I'm expecting you to do. And starting tomorrow, when you guys get this, you want to start to gather your materials. You can, like I said, you can hack chat GPT to kind of give you an ideas, or now you can create a focus question, or you can go ahead and look at the topic and see what kind of focus question will you like for that issue that you've chosen. And you will receive a feedback and suggestion from me to give you a go ahead to start with a topic of your choice. 2, then you're going to try to answer your question by researching information about your chosen issue using 2 to 3 reliable sources. Use indigenous sources whenever possible, because this is an indigenous course, right? So your sources could be articles, it could be videos, it could be podcasts, it could be songs, it could be anything, as long as it's citable and it's reliable. You will be required to cite all of your sources in both your research organizer and in your media products. Okay, so please note, Wikipedia is not a reliable source. ChatGPT, other AI models are not citable sources as well, and you know that. Although it could help you to come up with your focus question, ideas, it could help you organize your thoughts, your ideas, you could not be asking it to generate your research for you. It often generates fake information and even sources and citations that are not correct. So AI software detection will be used if you copy and paste a lot from AI, as this is your final CPT of a 30%. You will be invited to discuss your work, and you may be asked to do part of it or do it all again. So choosing reliable sources and citing reputable sources. I've got the link here for you. You can please click on the link and go through this so that this can help you as you progress along your CPT final assignment. So explore the following in your research. Essential needs to know about your issue. Why is it important to indigenous communities? And why is it important for non-indigenous people to know about it? An advocate who is helping with the issue and working to make positive change. This is a must do. Do not skip this step. Your research organizer, and I'm going to be opening that again, is worth 10% of your overall mark. And when you guys are done with your research organizer, I don't want you to screenshot it to me. I want you to send me the link as well, please. And when you're sending the link, make sure that you check the link and you think that make sure that the link is working. So I'm going to go ahead right now and I'm going to click on this so that we can look at what the research organizer looks like. 1 second. So here is the research organizer, and I've made sure that I've given you guys, anyone with a link, you want to make your own copy, please. And this is what it looks like. So you're choosing issue. You're going to be talking about indigenous cuisine, indigenous advocate for that choosing issue of your choice, the focus question, then the source, title of source, link to source, information from source. Okay, then again we're going to look at the research organizer, the title of source, the link to source, information from source again, and example, just like I've said, easier. So this is what I'm looking for. For those of you that have high EP, I'm going to be sharing something a little bit different. So let's say, for example, if I say that you guys should look for 2 sources, you might look for 1. It's the same thing. It's just not going to be as detailed and as compressed as this one. So that is what your research organizer looks like. And like I said, this is a 10%. So you guys should make sure that you complete all the sources, complete everything, and make sure that all you have to do is just make sure that when you're sharing it, it's shareable with me as well. And that is that. So as you research, check in with your teacher to discuss progress and receive feedback. Part B, that will be the media and oral communication, curating and presenting a media product. So curating and presenting a media product. So you're going to create an audio or visual media product based on your chosen issue. It should be based on and include your research. Possible formats for your media product could include slide deck with your voice over screen recording, possible tools, Canva token presentation, has built-in recording option, Google Slides, Prezi, etc., screen recording program, Picture Kucha, slideshow and voice over screen recording, informative virtual classroom and voice over screen recording, Canva virtual classroom plus screen recording, website curation with voice over screen recording, and animation will with built-in voice over, infographic with voice over screen recording, and brochure or pamphlet with voice over screen recording, TED Talk video possible tool, Animotor. And notice how all of the above formats include both a visual product, like a slide deck, as well as an audio video presentation, like a screen recording. You need to ensure that your media product has both. You need to ensure that your media product has both. Stick on which format to use. See some how-to videos. So I've got a lot here. You look at that and see which one will be much preferable for you to use. Then choose the format that best suits your learning style and strength. All research information needs to be cited. You should be embedding citations in your media product and including works cited again. Again, AI such as ChatGPT is not a reliable, citable source, although it could be a helpful tool for generating ideas and helping you to organize your thoughts. You should not be prompting it to generate your research. It often generates fake information and even sources citations. AI software detection will be used if you copy and paste a lot from AI. You'll be invited again to discuss your work and you may be asked to redo part of it. And you don't want to do that because we do not have the time. So the presentation, audio, video of your media product should be no longer than 2 to 3 minutes, please, guys. No longer than 2 to 3 minutes. When recording, you should ensure you are using effective oral communication presentation strategies. As you curate, check in with your teacher to discuss progress and receive feedback as well. Now we have the part C, which is the written paragraph. Okay, so here what we've been expected to do is you're going to write one detailed and thoughtful paragraph about what you learned about your chosen topic, the advocate, and then connect it to your overall learning about indigenous voices in this course. Review the video about effective paragraph writing. Again, I have that, how to write a paragraph. This is a must do. Do not skip this step. So not any of the step must be skipped. If you skip a step, then you're skipping some marks as well. You don't want to do that. All right, so using your paragraph organizer as a guide, write a good copy of your paragraph directly in the written paragraph submission slide decks. And again, your paragraph must be your own words. I have to change this to make sure it's your written paragraph. I will change that and put that in for you as well. Your paragraph must be in your own words, although AI such as ChatGPT again may be a helpful tool for generating ideas, but let it be your own word. Keep your information clear and organized. Use transition words as needed. That is to begin with, firstly, secondly, thirdly, in conclusion. Read your work aloud to yourself and edit your spelling, your grammar, and punctuation. Remember, you can always use a program like Grammarly to help you revise and edit your work. During your reading process, check in with me again to discuss progress and receive feedback. And this is the end of my presentation. There are some things that are missing. I'm going to go back and change that. So before I leave, so there are two things that I've done. Again, you can find, I think this is the media product creation. Let me see. Okay, so I think this is the one that I'm media production slide deck. I think this is the one that I'm looking for. 1 second, let me copy the link. Let me go back here and see if that is the media production slide deck. Written paragraph. Okay, 1 second. One second, guys. I just want to put a link here so that it makes it easier for you. I'll just put written media